Yo, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and donkeys, horses and penguins. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, I'm just saying random stuff. Welcome back to a new What If. Y'all probably are tired of me making new ones. But hey, look, don't, don't blame me, don't blame me. It's, it's It's the peeps, man. It's like my brain become with ideas, and I know I'm not gonna remember them, so I have to make them. And I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. I just gonna come out. Hopefully, I don't get into ideas and might upload this week. Put one of them and try to finish the what else. But besides that, yeah, this is new what if. What if Deku was in Fairy Tale? I don't know if people have done this, but I'm pretty sure not. But I haven't looked. I didn't look. But if they have, well, they have. But if they haven't. Pretty much, the ship, or for me at least, the ship is gonna be between Wendy or Mavis. I'm not too sure. Maybe y'all drop the comments down below who. Like I would do the other ships, but since I'm gonna keep Deku kind of canon wise like his age, I don't want to change everybody else's age. So they're gonna be older than him. So it makes sense. Mavis and Wendy, they're around his age, so it could be either or. But how am I gonna make it work? I don't know. I choose. So yeah, let's get straight into this. So pretty much we're gonna from Dago's point of view, everything's gone the same. Nothing pretty much changes there until the Overhaul fight. Well, the ending as Overhaul fight after he defeats Overhaul with 100% of one for all infinity. Aries quirk begins to like overcharge, and I mean like overcharge. And the way I'm doing it is because since they're in the same vicinity, one for all and her rewind quirk, like they kind of like for a moment they merge. They merge. That's what I'm doing. And basically, her quirk sends him back. Like it's not them moving; it's the world around them that kind of goes back in time, like backpack. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna like. It go rewind the time to like back in the time, and Deku disappears, and everybody like Night Eye and Uraraka season, they're like, and Nejire, like every people surrounded, they see him like they start to light up, and then he's just gone. So for them, he disappeared, but for him, everybody else disappeared. But thanks to that, like doing that, their bodies got tired, and he passes out. Like they pass out. So we're gonna switch quick before we never see them again, because they're never gonna get seen again. To Night and Uraraka and All Might. We're gonna switch up that All Might arrives and sees it. Like they just disappeared. Like what happened? And Night is like, dying. He's like, no, can't be. He's gone. And All Might's like, no, 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 no. What happened? And pretty much Night explains that he has a feeling Aries quirk overcharged and power. So for them, they think they're gone. They think they're done. And almost like, oh no, 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 no. And this one. So pretty much, the My Hero world is messed up without Deku. They'll probably survive. Due to plot, they somehow beat. They're gonna end up beating. They beat Shigaraki through plot, basically. by sure, like that's how they're gonna beat him because there's no Deku's not coming back after this because they think he's gone. So All Might thinks one for all he's gone. So that's how that story goes. So yeah, so now let's switch back to Deku. Deku, he starts to go and he's like, what happened? And he opens his eyes to see he's somewhere. He does not know exactly. Then he feels something on his body, right? And he's Aries there. He's like, oh, Aries. And he sits up. He lays her down, not try to wake her up, and he's looking around. He's like, where am I? He's on this certain island. If y'all fairy tale people, well, if y'all watch fairy tale, y'all know which island. He's in Tenrose Island. Tenrose Island. And he's like, what? Like, okay, I'm definitely not where I'm supposed to be. So, he picks up Eri and begins to, explore. Being careful because since he doesn't know where he is. He's like, I'm not trying to get caught lacking. So, he's on guard. Until he like appears, like he sees this stone, gravish looking thing. Again, if y'all watch Fairy Tail, y'all know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's his grave. So he goes, he's like, where? So I keep saying something like that. Oh my god. He walks up to it. He walks up to Mavis' grave, and he's like, huh, what is this place? Like, that's a big tree, to be honest. Like, he barely noticed the tree. He's like, whoa, that's a big tree. And that's when Marius appears. And for the people who haven't watched Fairy Tail, technically, unless you're a member of the guild, nobody can see her. So that's what she thinks, and she walks up to Deku, and she starts looking around. He's like, who is this guy? Like, he doesn't seem like evil, but who is he? She's analyzing him, and that's when he speaks up, like, what are you doing? And so he's something like, he can see me. He's like, that's because I can't see you. And she's like, wait, you can see me? He's like, is that not normal? I mean, yeah. I mean, I got eyes. What is it like? It's like only members from a guild can see. Only members of Fairy Tail can see me. Fairy Tail. He's like, what's that? And she's like, you haven't heard of Fairy Tail? He was like, no. It's like, where am I? It's like, you're on Terran Island. Oh. It's like, where's the nearest city? So, you're like miles away from it. It's like miles away. How am I? Where, like, it said, like, what's the nearest? He's like, yep. So, like, you say they haven't heard of the Fairy Tail Guild? He's like, it's the #1 guild. What is a guild? It's like, okay, like, where's, like, do you know how far we are from Japan? And she's like, Japan? What's Japan? Huh? It's like, yeah, we know when you're Japan. And he's so confused. It's like, what is going on? What? I'm shocked. And he's like, Japan, where? It's like, so he's remembering. He's like, wait, none of Japan. Like, what does it mean? Because every quick over back in Tampa, that wouldn't make sense. So he's murmuring, thinking of all different ideas, and Maria's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's a force of habit." He's like, okay. So, how can I say this? I think, what year is it? It's like, wow, I forgot the year, but it's like the year age 67, I think. No, 87. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it's 87. Not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But basically, it's like the beginning of the anime of Fairy Tail. And he's like, okay, that's definitely not where I'm supposed to be. It's like, she's like, well, like you're wearing a weird outfit. He's like, yeah. He's like, and she's like, who's that little girl? Oof. He's like, it's kind of like complicated to explain, but he's like, you might not believe me, but he explains the situation, and she's like, that's, and for her, it doesn't seem too far fetched, right? Because, I mean, just like, time travel is real because the eclipse and everything. So like, it's not the most weird thing that happens. So she's like, she believes like you actually believe me. It's like we live in the world of magic. That way, a world of magic. Like, why are you surprised? Like, you legit live in a. You come from a time where you have powers. This shouldn't be too out of the loop. She's like, and now that he thinks about it, he's like, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't be too shocked. And he looks. He's like, so yeah. He's like, I can't really do too much to help. But what I can do is like, you could probably join Fairy Tail, like maybe try to find a way. If not, like I don't know. Time travel is something you shouldn't really mess with because it always ends bad. Like trust me, I wouldn't know when you try to mess with stuff that you shouldn't mess with. But that's not the point. We're taking you to Fairy Tail. It's like Fairy Tail. He's like, yeah. Plus, I'll join you. She's like, join me. Like, well, I can probably hide myself from them. And, since you're new here, I kind of want to hear more about this. From Quirks. He gave her a brief summary, but she's more interested, like, maybe just likes to learn a lot. So, she wants to know more. And Izuku, he's like, okay, I got better to do. And that's when Eri starts to wake up. He's like, where am I? And he's like, oh, Mr. Midori. He's like, Mr. Midori. He's like, don't call me that, Eri-chan. No, I'm not that old. And she's like, so what can I kind of like, something that has to do with Mister. She's like, huh. But it's just like, thank you for saving me from, over, like, he's not here no more. Like yes, Overhaul will not hurt you anymore. Not really, not as he could, because he doesn't tell her, but it's like weird. It's just, in his mind, it's like, we're long gone from him. And then she's like, well, so what can I call you? It's like, well, you can call me whatever you want. As long as it's not, again, like I said, not Mister, because I'm not that old. She's like, can I call you Dad? And Midori's like, oh. He's like, sure, you call me Dad. And him and Mavis leave Terror Island. She can, she literally lifts them, flies them to the. There's a boat that, okay? Because I'm trying to think how to put it, but there was a boat, okay? So there's a boat. And, they sail away. It's a magic boat, so you can go by yourself. So, they arrive to so this is around the time where the anime starts. So it's like already nighttime. And it's here, I forgot the shape, Hyoragon. So it's where basically Natsu meets Lucy. So it's around the time. It's already like, when they arrive, they see a ship, just like a giant wave, And Deku being Deku, he's like, I gotta go see what's going on because his hero, his hero instincts kick in, and he runs. And Mavis, and as he carries Eri, and Mavis follows, right? Like, where are you going? It's like someone's in trouble, and then go help him. And Mavis is like, okay, like this. She's kind of shocked because normally people would normally run away or try not to get involved because as long as there's nothing involved with them. But here, your boy Deku is trying to save him. So he arrives, and pretty much when he arrives, he holy fuck, he sees what's it called, a broken ship, a girl, a cat, a bunch of guys near the ship, and one on top of the ship with pink hair. It's like, you know what? This is not the most. And here he's like, what's going on? Then he's like, I'm not enjoying you, and I'm from Fairy Tail. I've never seen you before. He's like, he's from Fairy Tail. So he jumps over, and he doesn't get type of fire. He's like, what? No. And just like everybody, Natsu eats the fire, and he's like, what is going on? And he arrives. He's like, are you okay? He's like, get out of here. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm all fired up. He's like, I'm gonna teach you what a real fairy tale match can do. And the fight begins. And they try to attack Deku, but Deku he's like, attack both of them. And Natsu tells, like, get out of here. But Deku's like, no, I'm fine. They seem to be trying to attack you, and like, yeah. So he's like, and I can get conscious let you fight them by yourself. So he's like, the kid, they I started attacking with magic. Deku just easy dodging, weaving. He activates like 8% of full cow, and 8%. I'll go 5% because he's smashing people like, and all of them are shocked, and maybe they're like, huh, how intriguing. Like, it's like, you might not have magic, but whatever this is quite powerful. Like, she doesn't know, but she could tell it's powerful. And he's easily like knocking everybody over. And while Natsu fights Bora, and that pretty much goes the same. And once the fight's over, he's like, thanks for the help. Not really that I needed it, but thanks. I'm nice to drag with you. He's like, I'm Izuku Midori. Nice to meet you. And he's like, so what type of magic do you use? And Deku's like, it's like, it looks like you have lightning magic. He's like, yeah, I have lightning magic. You could say. You don't know. It's like, yeah, lightning magic. Definitely. Like, it helps me. It's very powerful. It's like, yeah. It's like I want to fight you. He's like, what? Whoa, fight me. I'm not trying to fight. He's like, well. And then he's like, so what guild you from? He's like, I was actually looking for a fairy tale, to be honest. So like, fairy tale? Like, oh, well, really lucky. I'm just heading there, so like, you want to come with? And that's when they hear the army. Like, oh, the army's here, and like, what? Let's get out of here. They're running away. And he's like, huh. So they're running away. He's like, why are we running away from the army? Yep, we gotta run. Let's go. And they run away. They easily picks up Eri. And they run as Mavis follows behind. And we're gonna skip a little bit to they're training right, and they see Deku. I mean, they say not to, like, it's like, are you okay? He's like, and then the cat talks. Yeah, he has motion sickness. He's like, a talking cat. It's like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm happy. And he's like, you could talk? He's like, yes, I could talk. That's kind of cool. That's very cool. Like, I've never met a talking cat before. Say, yep, I'm a rare one. And Aries sees the cat, and she starts petting him, and say, you're so cute, and Lucy asks like, oh, so is that your little sister? She's like, oh no, she's my daughter actually. It's like, wait, but you're so young. He's like, she's adopted. And he's like, yep, I found her. And I saved her from this man who was not very kind to her, let's say. I don't really want to talk about it because it's pretty much still fresh in her mind, so try not to mention it too much. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like, it's fine. So they're pretty much on the ride. They talk about each other, like they get to know each other. Well, Natsu was, dying from the motion sickness. And, they explained their magic. Pretty much everything was the same. Well, everything was the same. Everything, they had small talk when they arrived. And we escaped, to the part where like, welcome to Fairy Tale. So this is Fairy Tale. It's like, it's pretty cool. And, Natsu kicks the door open and like, we made it back alive. It's like, everybody greets him, or greets Natsu and happy. And Deku's like, whoa, this is interesting. And maybe it's like talking to him. He tries not to talk. She just comments. And he doesn't want to talk back because, it's going to make him seem like he's crazy. I mean, he already does the murmuring thing, so that's enough to make him think he's crazy. But that's besides the point. Not trying to diss my boy Deku. But anyways, Deku. I mean, Natsu. Starts brawling with the guy who was there with just a rumor, and they started fighting. And both Izuku and Lucy are like, whoa, well, that's crazy. Like, what? And it's like, yep, that's a normal day for Fairy Tale for you. And they turn around to see Mary Jane. He's like, and Lucy's like, it's Mary Jane in the flesh. And Deku's like, oh, he's like, Yatsu came with Natsu. He's like, yep, we want to join Fairy Tale. They're like, oh, that's cool, And pretty much everything goes to like canon with the introduction and all that. And until Gray comes and sees a naked, he's naked, and Deku being there, quickly covers Aries' eyes, and kicks him away, but like, hey, don't be rude. No, he does like take smash, and everybody like, what? It's like, watch out, there's a little girl here, like you can't just strip like that. What is wrong with you? And everybody's like, oh wow, but they, he doesn't really pay. Gray doesn't really pay so much mind as he starts fighting with Natsu. And then that's when what's it called, Mackerel comes, and he's like, and both, Eric gets a little bit scared, and Deku's a little bit scared. He's like, whoa, that's one big scary guy, man, whatever he is. And they see him shrink down. He's like, well, that's interesting. Eric starts to check her. Like, he looks like Nezu. And my daughter talks like, oh yeah, Nezu, that's interesting. And he's like, oh, who are you two? Y'all knew. He's like, yeah, we want to join Fairy Tale. She said, like, my name's Lucy, and hi, my name is Izuku Midoriya, and this is Eri Midoriya. It's like Midoriya, so she's like, Ulysses her. It's like, she's my adopted daughter. Long story, I'll explain to you later. It's like, okay, well, the whole speech about Fairy Tale magic is, because Fairy Tale is number one. Y'all know that speech. Well, yeah, watch Fairy Tale. Y'all know that speech. And yeah, and that's when Deku's like, hello, he has a kill mark. It's gonna be green, and he's gonna get it in his right shoulder. That's where he's gonna get it. Like where Natsu has it, but it's gonna be green. And he goes up to the Makarov and he's like, can we talk real quick in private? And he's like, yeah, sure. So they go to Makarov's office. He's like, what is it, my boy? And he basically explains the whole situation. Maybe it's abusive. It's like, first, what are you doing here? And she explains the situation. And she's like, wow, so that's very interesting. And Aries asleep at this time, and he's like, so what's the deal with the girl? And he explains the whole overall thing. It's like, wow. He's like, what a horrible person. He's like, yeah. But I mean, at least she can't get hurt anymore. Oops. At least she can't get hurt anymore. And he's like, yeah, that's true. But well, we're trying our best to find a way home, but if you can, you will always help me to stay. He's like, yeah. It's like, thank you. So yeah, but you need to learn how to, like, we will basically show you the ropes of it, how to earn money, and he's like, yeah. So I keep saying sorry, a lot. If I said it, my bad. He's like, yes, young man, we'll show you around, my boy, and you probably like learn the ropes of this world, so you can get used to it, and if you find it, and welcome to Fairytale. You're a part of the family, and you always will be. He's like, thank you, master. He's like, anytime. So this is where I get ended off. So Deku has joined Fairytale. Pretty much sorry for the slow start, but this is how it's gonna be for now, because things are gonna start getting interesting in the later parts, as y'all know. But yeah, let me know who should he end up with, Mavis or Wendy. That's the idea. That's the shapes I'm going for. Y'all could pick either or. I'm down for both. I'm down for either or. So just let me know who do you want. But I do hope you enjoy. Your boy is out.